'cause we are trying to find a way to feel. If I could sleep, I'd dream of what we'd be, but I can feel you slip further from me. Oh, it makes it hard to be when you are all that I want but don't have. And I'll run into the sea, follow this heart that escapes me. It escapes me, and I'm lost. Forget me, all I was and become everything. All I although it feels like heaven, I can't wait forever. Old habits are hard to break. I'm losing faith. Maybe we're better off this way, but I'm still over the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Alright, hello everybody. Welcome to tonight's UR stream. We have Chicago versus Washington tonight, and this is a highly anticipated matchup. Very excited to see who leads. Chicago is currently in their first match looking for their first win, and Washington is coming off of a win. So we will see how this turns out with these closely matched teams. Starting off on control, we're on Ilios Ruins.
Ready for battle.
Ah, there you are, my friend.
What? Are you surprised to see me?
Well, it's not unlike you to disappear without warning.
Someone has to keep you from wandering off.
Looks like Washington is going out with Sig, and Chicago on Orisa. We'll see if we have any swaps to start. Currently pretty close comps.
Stay focused. We have everything we need.
No Lucio on either side, so a pretty slow trudge to the point. Anti-cleansed. Washington. Hack on Shiro also cleansed. No deaths so far. Support's working hard on keeping everyone up.
The breeze brings relief.
Point cap by Washington first. Hiking up that percentage with no contest from Orisa contesting on the side of Chicago. And a trade there, support for DPS. Chicago looking to cap, still contested by Washington. And a cap from Chicago. Those remained a pretty even battle so far, a few deaths on either side. Ult from Orisa here, just taking out the immortality field, and a shot on Icy. Supports down on the side of Washington. A decisive fight win for Chicago.
Kitsune is ready to be unleashed.
Chicago tying it up here, now going over the percentage. Ult coming out from Washington here. Artillery right on the Ana, but she stays up. Stomper goes down in the back line of Chicago. Oh! Speared out of grab. But still, Sojourn goes down. Sig off the map, and a huge blade from Genji Jackal. And Doge finishes up with Bastion, or Baptiste, sorry. Zuop swapped from Sig to Diva, and we'll see if they can get this point back as Chicago looks to take the first point. Huge window takes out the Orisa here. Diva slept. And it looks like Washington will recap the point before, but Chicago is at 99, so we'll see how this turns out. Tank swap seemed to be a good idea. Orisa now with Terra Surge waiting on that ult to recontest. As Washington has now surpassed the halfway mark. And a huge pick onto Seuss. Artillery cleansed by Shiro. Nano Orisa, scary, scary sight. But Sombra in the back line. Terra Surge coming out from now getting even here, and it looks like Chicago is going down. Very, very close.
Nerf this.
Score 1-0. Ready for battle.
Right now on Lighthouse.
So you throw tiny daggers.
Is that a problem?
Depends. How often do you miss?
Let's find out.
Just one more minute.
Seeing some comp switch ups.
5, 4,
Hello.
2, 1. Round.
And looks like we have a starting Zarya mirror.
I still believe we can succeed.
Hey.
The enemy. Disrupting.
Washington made a quick jump to point. But Chicago currently has a little bit of high ground on them. Jackal contending with block. And Apache off the map. That's so sad. Oh, but Seuss currently even on both sides. Battle on point. Washington getting the first cap. But down goes Zuop and Icy and Cobbleton, so it looks like still contesting, but now it looks like Chicago's going to take the point.
Ready for
Now getting a good positioning setup with Saj on high ground. And now back at full strength, both teams heading the point. Pharaoh goes down from the nade. A huge blizz takes out Shanks. But Chicago's still holding strong here on point. Apache hovering around point on Sombra takes out Shiro. Oh wow! Washington coming back in strength. Team kill taking out Chicago. And they cap the point once more. And Zeus is already taken out before reaching the point by Apache. Unfortunate pick for Chicago.
Draw strength from nature.
Oh, but Apache is taken out and grab onto point. Gets all of Washington on point.
I'm actually on fire.
And point is back to Chicago. Still a very closely matched set of teams here. Apache waiting for the rest of their team. Artillery coming in. Gets no one. Liz up on high ground. Gets no one. But the overclock takes out Shanks. And down goes Zoo up as well. I see 2, and it looks like Chicago is going to hold this and tie up this map. Great showing from both teams so far. Very close. This is very exciting.
Ready for battle.
Now into Roadhog territory. We'll see if any swaps are made.
Someone needs to fill this saddle.
I'm here to support you, but you have to put in the work.
Being maybe heroes like Farah or Lucio for boot potential. Into not so far though. It looks like they're gonna stick with their comp so far. Switching off the Zarya mirror, Zuop heads to Ramatra.
Don't hold back, because this is it.
Zeus immediately up on high ground. Jackal walling off. It's on a DPS, but they break it. Wall out from Apache now. It looks like Washington is going to cap first.
Oh no, I hope I'm not mad at me.
Kaiki.
Chicago coming back. Almost full team, with a full team on the side of Washington on point. Zeus taking a nice angle here, but not getting anyone so far. Big anti on the Zoo up and Apache. Whoa, double walls here. Don't think that was intended. Washington doing a good job of keeping Chicago off point. But Apache is taken out. Chicago making their way onto point and starting to drive Washington off. And our ults from Ramato Zoo up here. Trying to get Zara off the map. And kills both Jackal and Doge. Chicago does get the cap, but is immediately driven off once more. Looking pretty dominant from Washington so far this submap. Aldleton up on high ground, ready to heal as Chicago comes back in full force. Rush out from both sides. And a Blizz looks like it's gonna get almost all of Washington. And it did, and an anti-wow. But a Blizz out from Apache now. Takes out the supports And Apache is unfortunately taken out. Chicago reclaims point.
That's just embarrassing. My ultimate is ready.
Washington is at 97, so they really have to retain this. Walling them off, good choice. And an anti onto them. Artillery coming out from Shanks. See where that ends up. On most of the team. Gets no kills. Overclock coming out from Seuss. Jackal's already down. Window out from Cobbleton. And down goes Seuss. And an ult from Zoop. It looks like this is Washington's map to win. Washington 1 up on Chicago. But a close match overall. Looking forward to the other types of points. Again, Washington has 1 win starting off their season. Chicago's looking for their first. Chicago's hungry, but it just wasn't enough for this first map. So far, it is a pretty great time. Teams are very close. See next map choice. Looks like it's going to be Hollywood for hybrid. Quick swap here. Swapping sides. And then we'll get started.
Initiating match.
Even with Washington's 1 win and Chicago looking for their own, and Washington being 1 map up, I'm still not sure if they're going to take the whole thing. I am watching chat to see your guys' input. And a Let's Get Froggy from Washington.
Ready for battle.
I agree, let's get Froggy.
Always looking sharp, brother.
Washington seems to have the upper hand so far, but everything could change.
As long as my will stands strong.
I meant your hair, but nice to know.
Can't change the world by following all the rules.
Some fighting in match chat here.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Washington on attack. Chicago on defense. Again, pretty different comps from both teams.
Defend objective A.
And again, Sig versus Orisa. We'll see how it goes. Jackal and Doge up on high ground. Huge anti on Zoop, cleansed just in time. Still low health. With the Yachty of Shiro, pylons taken out. a trade of Shanks and Furphy, but Apache is taken out as well by Doge. And Washington's forced to back up. But they're walled from exiting, but everyone stays up. Both supports still up for Washington here. So they're maintaining their position. Jackal takes high ground and takes out Cobbleton and Apache before Shanks can take out Jackal. And Sun from Iari finishes off Washington. No progress made yet on capturing Objective A.
My ultimate is charging.
Full reset, no swats here.
Here they come. Brace yourself.
Ults building on the side of Washington. We'll see what they use to maybe break into this point here. Huge lift! Gets almost all of Washington, but they're saved until the artillery strike takes out Cobbleton. And Shiro takes out Zuwap. Preyed on Seuss there, but still backing away from point. And Jackal's taken out too, no DPS on the side of Chicago. But Shanks is taken out. But still maintaining his position here under the arch. Ults popping out, trades on both sides. It's going down, but there's also equal trades. Deaths on both sides happening here. Apache switches to Sombra once more. And it looks like Washington is going to capture. Alright, now the push begins. Chicago taking all the high ground up above the general store. Apache up behind them. Sneaky Sombra. Another Sun out from Shiro, but it looks like it got cleansed by Icy immediately. And Jackal falls. Even with the death of Apache, Washington's making some solid progress. And they take out Doge. Trades. And Zuwap falls. Icy still standing strong here on point. Apache and Icy now sneaking around. Shiro sets up that healing pylon right on point. And Icy escapes! Cannot believe Icy survived that. And Apache both did a great job sustaining there. Brave Sombra for May here. Artillery coming out from Jackal right on the Shanks. And it takes him out. Down a DPS, but Washington's holding. And a nanoed Bastion scary sight with a Sun from Shiro. And Washington goes down for now. Still just under a minute left. Looking to be final fight here.
30 seconds remaining.
Artillery coming out from Shanks. And a big EMP! 4-man artillery strike! Wow. Huge Bastional and huge team kill there. Going to secure Washington the point most likely.
10 seconds remaining. The payload.
Nice.
The checker.
Great job. That was huge artillery. Gyro swaps on a Baptiste. Once more, Washington making steady progress here. On a third point now. Aliens going crazy in the background.
60 seconds remaining.
And just steadily pushing Chicago back. Big Flux gets 3 and takes out Zuwap. Chicago taking over point here, takes out Icy and Shanks. And Apache is staggered.
30 seconds.
30 seconds left for Washington to keep this push going. Whole team back from Washington, pushing in on Chicago here. Window out from Cobbleton. Takes out Seuss and Jackal. No DPS on the side of Chicago. And Shiro's taken out as well. Rush out from Icy. Doge is down. And a team wipe. Washington looking super solid. As they complete the push on Hollywood.
Score 0.
Very impressive save there
Sides.
from Shanks with that 4-man artillery. Very impressive.
Initiating match.
What a good showing from everyone playing. So far, Washington's looking super strong. But Chicago's hunger for that first win. And first loss for Washington. Might be able to push them far enough. Lots of swaps on both sides, looks like. Zuwap opting for Sig. And Doge opting for Zarya once more. Seeing a Symmetra for Jackal, I wonder if it's just gonna be for TP or they're gonna stay. Those turrets can do a lot of damage, especially around this arch area. Shiro back on Yadi. Had some huge ults on defense.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Immediately taking fights under the arch. Pylons out from both sides. And a TP! Onto high ground from Jackal. It's like they're sticking with Sim, but they get taken out, so does Shiro. Fall back from Chicago here. Washington still looking strong. Doge walled off. Trade there between Ana, Furphy, and Shanks. Teams are even right now. And it looks like Chicago's gonna keep pushing here under the arch. Walled off some, but they went right around. Apache gets taken out. Ult from Shiro hits Zuop and takes him out. It looks like Chicago is going to cap point pretty early here. Washington does have time to recontest, but I don't think they will. And Cobbleton is staggered. I believe that was a little bit faster than Washington got first point, so they might have a little bit more time for this push. But still looking close. Apache walling off everyone off from Jackal and takes out Jackal there. Another wall blocking Chicago off from pushing. Washington's looking to stop this push early. Wall comes out and a Blizz. And oh, everyone's pressing Q. Big Flux and Blizz takes out Shiro Seuss. Jackal cannot be saved. And Furphy looks like it's gonna be a team kill on the side of Washington. They want to keep this cart as far away from second point as they can. Jackal switching on the Sombra this time. Might be looking to separate the really tight team they have going on here in Washington. And a grab gets 3. Suzu comes out, but no one gets taken out by the artillery. Ult from Cobbleton. It's almost the whole team, if not all. And some trades happening on both sides. Chicago up 1. And Shanks and Zuwap taken out as this cart is starting to get pushed farther and farther. About halfway to second point. Chicago finding ideal positioning after that team wipe on Washington. Headshot on Jackal there. The icicles are deadly. Rush comes out from Icy. And it is effective. Team wipe onto Chicago. Halting their progress again. Only a few meters away from that point. With a minute 30 left. Washington still looking strong on defense, but Chicago is breaking through that wall. Chicago up, taking high ground, contested by Apache. No one on cart as it is slowly moving backwards. Chicago drops. Blizz out from Apache, but Apache, Zuwap, and Icy are all down. Charo and Furphy get back on cart. Regaining that progress and more. It looks like Washington is going to go for a recontest here. 30 seconds left. Artillery coming out from Shanks and Seuss. Oh, it takes Shiro and Shanks. And the lift takes out Furphy. But Icy down too, and Seuss and Doge. It looks like Washington is going to retake this point right out of Chicago's hands. With just 5 seconds left. And an ult from Cobbleton, it looks like Chicago is not going to make it back on point. That is another point for Washington. Looking real dominant there.
Play of the game.
I hope this is the 4-man artillery. Hell yeah. This is so impressive. That was so good. Really saved the game for them. Really great coordination there between Zuop and Shanks. Silly little ult. That was not silly. That was really good play there. You're feeling a little silly goofy with that amazing play there, Shanks. And now we're heading to New Junk City. We love Flashpoint here. Interesting to see how this will go out. Still, Washington looks like it has the upper hand so far with the team play. But Chicago is really close. Yeah, the Seraphim has beef with frogs, apparently. From Chicago and Washington. But we're getting froggy tonight with Washington's lead so far. So, we'll see. Let's get froggy! But in my heart, I'm still hoping for Chicago to make a comeback. We don't like 3 Overwatch here. We want to see closer matches. And they were real close. We want to see them take some. So, let's see. Sorry, I am seeming a little biased here. I really like frogs, man. What can I tell you? But I'm still really hoping for a closer matchup here and for Chicago to take this map. I'm really interested to see how this map specifically will play out. Because Flashpoint's still new. And seeing how everyone takes the map a little differently. Especially with New Junk, the points being a little bit bigger. And having a little bit more space than Saravasa.
Look, Mom, I'm an Overwatch agent.
Has some more interesting architecture for them to play on.
5, 4, 3.
Looking at some similar comps here but Doge on Ryan. Seeing Ryan for the first time tonight. Always a pleasure to see Ryan. Burpee staying strong on Ana, and you'd love to see it. Doing great so far. Making it to point around the same time here. Ram versus Ryan here. Cobbleton immediately taken out by Shiro. But Seuss taken out as well. Icy looking real low there. Battle switches onto point. No cap yet. And Zuop taken out by Doge. Looks like Chicago's gonna take this first. And a little piece of my soul wishes Zuop would swap Ryan. But we love Ram. Chicago hopping off point to get some nice positioning on Washington here. Block them from even getting inside the stadium here. Actually taken out early by Jackal. Doge looking low and taken out by Ram. That's a big pick, and Furphy down. Some trades, but it looks like Washington's gonna cap point here. Oh, but Icy taken out. Washington coming in. Support their tank. Still no swap. Chicago is sticking. Look out from Zuwap. Ryan pins him off point. Chicago now at 99. Shatter onto Washington. And Chicago maintains this point. Wow. Great showing from Chicago on the start of this. Next flashpoint. Keep that momentum going, Chicago. Ults building up on both sides.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Washington's gonna be doing everything they can to make sure they don't get... Chicago doesn't get too much of a lead on them. Apache already on point. Murphy already capping as Apache gets taken out. Jackal into the backline with Blade. Nanoblade, in fact. Taking out almost everyone from Washington goes down. Dominant showing from Chicago so far on New Junk City. Swap from Ram to Diva. Interesting. Apache's still waiting. Next to point, waiting for their team to come back. Apache sneaking on the point. EMP right in the back line, gets 3. Burpee taken out. Zeus with Visor takes out Apache and Icy. And Chicago gets second point. Heading to the Ducks now. Some staggers on Chicago. But still in the lead with 2 maps on Washington's 0 here on New Junk City.
Flashpoint unlocks in 10 seconds.
Looking at what could be a quick cap from Washington as Zeus is taken out. Big shatter! But what could be a big bomb? No, gets no one. Chicago still looking dominant here. Even with Washington capping the point early, Chicago took him out fast. Immediately capped, stopping them before they even got halfway. And chasing them off. Still plenty of time here for Washington to get back and reclaim this point, make this map last longer. But Chicago does not want to let Washington run away with the match. Rush out here from Shiro. Shanks takes out Doge and Shiro though. Chicago falls. Washington reclaims the point here. That's a team wipe. Washington's about to get even with Chicago on point percentage.
Soothing your wounds.
You can't hide.
Getting real close here. They do not want Chicago running away with this flashpoint map. Doge pins them right off point. Dragons are out. Gets no one. Shatter from Doge, another huge shatter. And Doge takes out almost all of Washington and reclaims the point for Chicago. Super close point here. It does not look like Washington's going to be able to recontest here. And Chicago takes New Junk City. They said this will not be a sweep. And right now we're 2-1 Washington. Doge killing it with the shatters this round. Big slams here. Gentleman sweep? Reverse sweep, maybe? They were pretty dominant on New Junk City. And a sad face from Cobbleton, though. But there's still more time to get froggy. Sweeps may feel good, but it feels better when you really have a close match. Smiley face! Yay! Game 5 would be hype. These teams are really close, they're really fighting. Chicago looking for their first win in their season so far. Route 66 looks like it's going to be our escort map. Currently, Washington is up 2 maps to Chicago's 1. Chicago taking Flashpoint, New Junk City, and Washington taking Ilios and Hollywood. Let's get froggy. Some heat happening in chat right now.
Initiating match.
Love seeing passionate people on both sides. I'm fully neutral. And just like the Froggy chant, I want to see a map 5 here. I want Chicago to tie it up. Washington took game 1 and 2. War 1 Hollywood.
Ready.
Good defense there. Now I'm doubting myself. Chicago got stopped on Hollywood. They did not get the full push that they were looking for, unfortunately. But with that dominant performance on New Junk City, I mean, they could take this to a game 5. Now Chicago here on defense.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Zuop sticking with Diva here, and Doge sticking with Ryan. Similar comps here. Not to each other, but to past games. And Apache already taken out by Zeus. Chicago looking to halt the progress before it even starts. Apache immediately swapping Soldier matching Zeus. Keeping this position under the bridge here. And with Jackal dying, Chicago has to give space. Doge down 2. And Washington's pushing even further. Chicago just took New Junk City dominantly, but right now they're giving a lot of space to Washington. An Apache first take again. Taken out by Shiro. Icy and Cobbleton doing as much as they can. Jackal squished by Zuop. Big slam from Doge onto Zuop. Raids happening on both teams here. Zuop demeched, but Doge is alone. And Doge taken out. Washington will take first point here. And Jackal staggered. Ult's building up on both sides. Doge swaps to Czar. Making steady progress here. Oh, paused. Quick, DC.
Let's wipe them out.
Keep it paused. Looking at an unfortunately timed DC here from Doge. We'll be back quickly as they rejoin the game real fast. No, you're good. I mean, I'm pretty confident, but I doubt myself. I do know that Chicago took New Junk dominantly, and Washington took first. And I'm pretty sure Washington stopped Chicago's push on Hollywood. But the team's ready again. The unpause time will stop. Countdown starts. Back in the game.
There they are. Get ready.
I was sticking with Czar here. Lost all Chars, unfortunately. Washington still making steady progress here. Chicago giving them space, and Shiro's taken out. Apache clicking here. Washington keeping a steady pace here. Chicago makes it back just in time to contest with that visor. And Chicago takes a lot of space, pushing Washington back. Just in time to keep them from capping second point. Bomb out from Zuwap. Gets no one. But does push Chicago back. Rush out from Icy. And Visor out from Apache. Takes out supports on the side of Chicago. But Zuwap falls, and so does Doge and Zeus. And Washington pushes to second point.
I'm on fire. Orisa is here.
Icy really being the enemy of Furphy here, cleansing all their antis. I know how it feels. Huge anti there, and no Suzu to stop it. Wrong, there was a Suzu. But a huge grab as well. Takes out 3. Doge is the only one left. And taken out. Team wipe. From Washington. So they keep pushing here. Super consistent progress on point 3. Chicago immediately taken out by Zuwap. Terra Surge out, takes 3. And that's a complete push on Route 66 from Washington.
Score 0-3. Switching sides. Initiating.
It is still match point Washington. So let's see if Chicago with their push, they can take us to a map 5. Looking really strong on New Junk City. Keep that momentum going. But that was a great push from Washington. Looking still pretty dominant. But these teams are close. And it's been a wild match so far.
Why the hell
Jackal and
would you say that
Junkrat.
to someone?
Interesting.
Just looking for something we might have in common.
I love seeing new heroes come out from these teams. Seeing who everyone's good at.
The mother's work is never done.
We might be looking at Orisa Mirror here.
So, how'd you pull all those heists?
Bums!
Uh-huh.
Burpee staying strong on Ana. Love to see it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
That's better.
So far looking at pure head-to-heads. And Apache taken out by a javelin from Doge. And Cobbleton by a headshot from Shiro. Washington falling apart a little bit here. Chicago's making steady progress. slowly taking out all members of Washington, Chicago. Chicago takes them all out. He's looking at a clean push here. Might still be time for a Washington contest, but cutting it pretty close with 3 on cart. And Chicago takes first point here. Looking really strong so far. Looking at a lot of ults on the side of Chicago. Some slower progress on the side of Washington towards their ults. Cobbleton taken out early by Junkrat Jackal. Down a healer and that pylon. But Zeus is taken out as well. Really even matchups with these comps here. Artillery coming out from Shanks and gets Jackal. And the nade gets Furphy. Chicago falls. Good on Washington, halting that momentum.
Let's take them out.
Nano Visor here coming out from Zeus and Furphy. Takes out Apache, but Immortality Field and Zoo up. Immortality Field keeping up Shanks, Icy, and Cobbleton. Jackal falls, but takes out Cobbleton too with Total Mayhem. Shiro falls too, but Chicago's still making progress here. With just Doge and Furphy left, they're gonna back. And Furphy's staggered. Great tug of war happening right now in both teams. Chicago trying to take high ground here. Tire coming out from Jackal. Takes out Icy. Big pick. But it's a trade and Shiro taken out by Shanks. Apache Advisors takes out Zeus too. But Apache is stopped by Doge. Jackal taken out by nade from Shanks. Zoo up slept by Furphy. Giving a little bit of time for Furphy to escape. Both teams regrouping here. Jackal swapping the Bastion. Rush comes out here from Shiro, trying to get on point. Terra Surge from both. Orissa's here. But Shanks takes out Doge. Now Icy rushes, trying to stop Chicago from getting a point now. Suab takes out Furphy. And Shiro. And Zeus and Jackal taken out. Chicago must regroup here. Probably have a fight or two left to get this cart moving, but it's been stuck at this corner here. Both teams full strength here, fighting here on high ground. Ah, oh, huge window from Cobbleton takes out all of Chicago. Huge team kill here. Lots of swaps from Chicago here, just trying to get back to point. Tracer, Lucio, and Moira. Washington reassembles. Zeus looking for a flank. Taken out real fast by Apache. Jackal doing their best to push the cart back to that corner. Zeus is back already, but Doge is taken out. Visor from Apache takes out Furphy. Jackal and Shiro taken out. Zeus is left alone on point, taken out by Nade from Shanks. And it looks like Washington is going to take this match 3-1. Congratulations, Washington, you really got froggy tonight. But that was a great battle. Washington's now up 2-0, and Chicago now has 1 loss, but that was a close match that was really good. I'm looking forward to see what other teams have in store, and it's these 2 powerhouses. GG's. Oh yeah, sorry. I zoned out really quick. That was a great match between Chicago and Washington took their 2nd win in the season. But we're looking forward to see what they do next, both teams. And thanks for watching. I had a great time casting for the first time, and it was a really great match to start off with. Bye!
I can't find my way back to you until you make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Find your way back home.